The polished marble floors of the luxurious Meridian Grand Hotel gleamed under the soft, ambient lighting. Guests moved gracefully through the lobby, their laughter and conversations blending harmoniously with the light music playing in the background. It was a scene of elegance and serenity, but all of that was about to be shattered in an instant. Before we dive deeper into this gripping and emotional story, let us know where you're watching from today. And if tales of courage, action, and standing up for what's right inspire you, don't forget to subscribe to Story Dash. Tomorrow we'll share another story that will leave you speechless. Near the grand reception desk, a heated argument was brewing, drawing the attention of those nearby. A man in his early 40s, dressed sharply in a tailored suit, stood towering over a woman who looked visibly distressed. Her trembling hands gripped her purse tightly as she took a step back, her voice barely audible over his escalating tone. "You don't walk out on me like that," the man barked, his voice slicing through the peaceful hum of the lobby. "I just needed some space," the woman stammered, her voice shaking. "Please, not here." The man's face twisted with anger as he stepped closer, raising his hand slightly, a move that made the few onlookers gasp. Among the guests was Jason Statham, who had been sitting in one of the lobby's armchairs, casually scrolling through his phone while waiting for his car. His sharp instincts kicked in the moment he heard the commotion. Glancing up, his piercing gaze locked onto the unfolding scene. His body stiffened. He had seen enough situations like this in his lifetime to know when things were about to spiral out of control. Jason rose from his seat, his commanding presence instantly drawing the attention of the hotel staff and nearby guests. Walking toward the couple, his footsteps were deliberate, his jaw set. The woman's eyes flickered toward him, a silent plea for help written in them. "Is there a problem here?" Jason's deep, calm voice cut through the tension like a knife. He stopped just a few feet away from the man, his stance neutral but ready. The man turned to Jason, his expression hardening. "This is none of your business, mate. Stay out of it." Jason raised an eyebrow, his calm demeanor unwavering. "It became my business when I saw you intimidating her." His eyes darted to the woman. "Are you all right?" She nodded slightly, though her trembling hands betrayed her fear. The man took a step toward Jason, puffing out his chest. "Who do you think you are, stepping into something you don't understand?" Jason tilted his head slightly, a faint smirk playing on his lips. "Just someone who doesn't stand by and watch bullying happen. Now how about you back off?" The tension in the room was palpable. Guests whispered among themselves, some pulling out their phones to capture the scene. The hotel staff hovered nervously nearby, unsure of how to intervene. The man scoffed, his bravado faltering as he realized Jason wasn't backing down. But instead of retreating, he doubled down. "You think you're tough, don't you? This is between me and her." Jason took a step closer, his voice dropping to a steely tone. "You've got two choices. Walk away now, or we make this a lot more complicated." For a moment, the man hesitated, his bravado wavering. But before he could respond, the woman took a deep breath and stepped forward. "Stop, both of you," she said, her voice trembling but firm. "This isn't worth it." Jason glanced at her, his expression softening. "It's all right. You don't have to deal with this alone." At that moment, the hotel manager rushed over, flanked by security. "Gentlemen, is there an issue here?" Jason straightened, gesturing toward the man. "This gentleman was causing a disturbance. I think it's time he left." Security stepped forward, their authoritative presence enough to make the man step back. He glared at Jason one last time before turning on his heel and storming out of the lobby. The woman exhaled shakily, her shoulders sagging with relief. "Thank you," she said softly, looking up at Jason with tear-filled eyes. Jason gave her a reassuring nod. "You don't have to thank me. Are you all right?" She nodded, though her voice wavered. I didn't know what to do." The hotel staff quickly ushered her to a quieter area, offering her water and a chance to collect herself. Jason returned to his seat, the tension in the lobby slowly dissipating. But something about the encounter stayed with him. He couldn't shake the look of fear in the woman's eyes or the way the man had loomed over her. Later that evening, Jason found himself reflecting on the incident. He knew that standing up for someone in the moment was important, but he also knew that lasting change required more than a single act of courage. The next morning, Jason returned to the hotel lobby, where he found the woman sitting in a corner staring out the window. She looked up as he approached, her expression a mix of gratitude and surprise. "Mind if I join you?" Jason asked, gesturing to the seat across from her. She nodded. "Of course." "I never got your name," Jason said as he sat down. "Olivia," she replied with a small smile. "Olivia," Jason repeated, his tone gentle. "I just wanted to check on you. How are you holding up?" Olivia hesitated, her eyes dropping to her hands. "I'm okay, I think. It's just embarrassing. I feel so stupid for letting things get to that point." Jason shook his head. "You have nothing to be embarrassed about. That wasn't your fault." As they talked, Olivia opened up about her relationship with the man, revealing a pattern of manipulation and control that had gradually escalated over time. Jason listened intently, offering words of support and encouragement. "You're stronger than you think," he told her. "It takes courage to get out of a situation like that. But you're not alone. There are people who can help." Over the next few days, Jason used his platform to connect Olivia with local resources, including counseling and legal support. He also spoke to the hotel management about implementing better training for staff to handle situations like the one he had witnessed. Weeks later, Olivia reached out to Jason with an update. She had ended her relationship, moved into a new apartment, and was starting a fresh chapter in her life. Her gratitude was evident in every word. "Thank you," she wrote. "You didn't just step in that day. You gave me the strength to take my life back." Jason smiled as he read her message, feeling a sense of fulfillment that no action movie or award could ever provide. It was a reminder that sometimes the smallest acts of kindness could have the most profound impact. And so, as the Meridian Grand Hotel returned to its usual rhythm of elegance and tranquility, one thing was certain. For Olivia and for Jason, that moment in the lobby had been a turning point, a testament to the power of standing up for what's right. Before we wrap up, let us ask you this. Have you ever witnessed or been part of a moment where standing up for someone made all the difference? Share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear it. And if you enjoyed this story, please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Story Dash for more tales of courage and inspiration. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes the smallest actions can create the biggest changes.